And he's ready to go in the Sulky with Ken Workington.
And the new Meadowlands welcomes trainer Darran Cassar. Belated happy birthday, right?
Last week, yes.
Last week, right? And happy holidays to you.
Thank you. Same
Have
to
a
you.
good Christmas with your wife, Jessica, and your daughter, Kayla.
Yep.
Terrific stuff. Well, thanks for joining us here. Let's start right off in the beginning, way back when you came over here to the U.S. When did you come here, and what brought you here to these shores?
It was roughly 13 years ago now. Just came over as a holiday, sort of a working holiday. Fell in love, kept doing it, and just stayed ever since, pretty much.
And what brought you over here? Did you come over here?
I came over here to work. Yeah. You know, when you race in Australia, it's sort of not the same. And you know, you hear stories about Australian racing and American racing, and you know the money's good, and you come over and give it a shot, and things seem to pan out.
Did you come straight to New Jersey, or
straight to New Jersey? Yeah.
Yeah. And and who did you apprentice with? Were you an assistant in any stable?
I just came over with a couple of friends, and I just worked for a couple of people. You know, early on, and then Justin Abbott, and then sort of just started out with a couple of cheap horses there at Freehold and just sort of grinded my way to where I am today.
Well, terrific stuff. You've really done well for yourself. You've really knocked it up a notch to that elite level here at the Meadowlands. You're capping your third $1 million season, your best season ever. Has that been the result of importing more? It seems like you're importing a slew of these down-under horses.
It definitely helps, yeah. Joe Mascara, he's buying quality horses, and you know, when you get quality horses, it sort of makes my job a lot easier. You know, we just show up, we race, you know, racing for good purses, and you know, it just makes my life a lot easier.
Tell us about your connection with John Curtin of Harness Link. You just mentioned Joe Mascara. Also, yep. Martin Scharf, you have him as an owner, too.
Yeah, you know, I've got two powerful guys there. They, you know, they seem to like quality, and you know, again, when you get better horses, you start racing better purses. But John does a great job. He picks them all out. I just train them. They do the buying and all the selling, so it works out good.
Now, you've noted that there are some key factors in importing these horses from Australia and New Zealand. The exchange rate. It used to be to our advantage, yep. Not anymore, right?
It's about equal now. You know, when you're paying so much to ship them over, you know, you're paying $21,000 to ship them. It's a lot of money, so you really have to keep buying, you know, better quality horses to spend that type of money.
The other key factor is the difference in the class system from there to here. Tell us about that.
Once they win so many races over there, it's they're sort of on their mark, and once they get to the Open, they really have nowhere to go. So it sort of makes buying them a little bit easier because they sell them at that mark where they can, you know, you get them at the right price.
Right, and the quality of their horses are a lot better now. The breeding's gotten better. We import a lot of the stallions there.
Exactly, you know, and it's
or export, I should say.
The horses, they're a lot more behaved, and it's definitely better. You know, the studs are the same studs, same breeding, and it's improved drastically. The tracks, the racing, everything's a lot better over there.
The other key factor is, of course, that they're not over-raced when you get them, right?
Exactly. You know, I've had 6 or 7-year-old horses come over that they've only had 60, 70 lifetime starts, and you know, they're still fresh and they're ready to go. You know, you can race all year round, and you know, you can just take your time with them and do whatever you have to do.
And once in a while, you get a Mr. Hassani, right?
Mr. Hassani, he was actually one of the cheapest ones to come over, believe it or not.
Right, and I think you mentioned that a couple of them recently, you only paid what, $20,000 a piece or $40,000 a piece, right?
Yeah. You know, if you stay at that mark, you really can't get hurt too much if they don't pan out. So it's hit or miss all the time, but. You know, you can always get lucky, you can get unlucky.
You said also that you seem to know and understand these down-under horses. What do you mean by that?
They seem to train them a little bit different over there. They're a lot harder on them. They work a mile and a half. They work in between races, and they seem to take a little bit more work. So if I just sort of keep that regimen going, it makes my life easier, and those horses seem to like it. They're used to it. They grow up, you know, doing the same thing.
Does it matter that they go the longer distances, or does it not matter?
It doesn't. You know, it's stamina-wise, each horse is different. You know, some horses it helps, some horses it doesn't. You know, the mile racing seems to suit all of them when they come over here, so it works out the same.
What's your stable stature like right now? Where are you, and how many horses?
At the moment, I've only got the 15.
Only 15?
Only 15.
Not enough, right?
And we've got a few turned out. I think everything on the books, we're going to have like 24, 25 horses. So.
All right. Well, you've got 5 in tonight.
Yep.
Let's take a look at the 5 entries. Starting in the 5th race, the 6 Sand Savage. This one ships in fresh off a solid win at Yonkers. I know you race a lot there.
Yep.
For the Dragon Princess man, Barry Charles. He's been with you for a while, right?
He's really the guy that got me going. I mean, I've got to give a credit to him. He he was there from the beginning. He's always put horses in the barn, and I always try to do as good as I can for the guy. And we've had a good run. We've always been pretty lucky. We've had ups and downs, but that's racing. So this horse, he's an old claimer. He does what he does. If he gets a good trip, he's good. If he doesn't,
well, he seems good now.
He's very good. He's good fresh, this horse. He's a stud. Probably shouldn't be, but he's good. He'll give him a shot.
All right, race 7. Actually, race 6. Let's not skip one here. Davido Hanover, a Grand Circuit winning 2-year-old, and he looks to regain that form. A winner here, fresh off the bench, December 7th. We're showing that right here, Darran. But he's a work in progress, is he not?
He definitely is. He has the world at his feet. He has the ability. He has a few issues there, but every week we seem to learn something different. Last week, I'm not too sure exactly what happened, but he made up for it. He has the ability. It's just a matter of, I think he just needs some confidence.
Well, was he bearing in there?
That was his first start. That was my fault. We just had him re-rigged a little bit different, and he was a lot better last week.
So do you change equipment tonight?
I added a head pole. No, everything's the same as last week.
Okay.
I'm not too sure what happened there at the gate, but during the run he was fine, and I think we're getting there. Like I said, I think the horse himself just needs some confidence.
Needs confidence.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully regains that with the win. Race 7, the 5 Earl Dale, a big horse.
Yep.
You've mentioned 64-inch hobbles, sub 150 mark at Pocono. A winner here on December 21st, right here, and he's owned by Martin Scharf.
Nope, Joe Mascara.
Oh, I'm
Mascara
sorry, Joe
Racing Trust.
Mascara. Wrong
yeah,
one.
his son actually, Bob.
Okay.
He is big. He just loves this track. He got a little lost there on the front end last week when he sort of hit the front a little too early, but he's probably better up in this sort of class where he can follow some horses and get the right trip, and he'll keep getting better. He's got a lot of ability.
So he'd be better from off the pace.
I think so, yeah. Like I said, he just hit the front too early last week, and he still got the job done, but that was in a cheaper class where you got different horses chasing you. Up in class, I think he can handle it. It's just a matter of getting the right trip.
A horse that really caught our eyes in race 8, the 8 Kaylee Shake and Bake, a promising 3-year-old by 1997. We go back to 97, a Berries Creek winner. Racer Thad, this horse is bred in Iowa. You've only had him a couple of months. He has some issues, but some serious action in his future.
He has the world at his feet as well. He's fast. He saw a 25-4 last week, and I don't know how good he is. He's green. He's going to keep getting better. He is in some series coming up, but I'm just going to sort of keep him fresh, but he's definitely a nice horse.
So you've entered him, and he's going to be
in the
some
Sagamore
series
of Yonkers, and I think it's the Aquarius, I believe, here, and whatever else he can fit, we'll put him in.
Oh, some high hopes for that one.
No,
Okay,
he's definitely
Kaylee
good.
Shake and Bake. And finally in race 10, the one knocking around, raced well from off the pace, from post 7 in his first 3 starts for you, takes on a hefty $75,000 tag.
I'm not too worried about the class. He's really just had no chance these last couple of starts. For me, he's the best value for me for the night. He's been very good. He's been sneaky good. I think Meadowlands, he's been closing. Once he gets the right trip, I think he can, he can give us a good shot there tonight.
All right, terrific stuff. 5 in on a Saturday night, and you're doing very, very well here at the Meadowlands and beyond. Darran Cassar, a rising star trainer here in the Sulky at the Meadowlands tonight. Best of luck to you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And a Happy New Year to you and your family.
To you. Thank you.
All right, Darran Cassar joining us here. And up next, Bob Hollywood Hayden to tee up tonight's action.